Hey everyone, welcome to our next series of Kid Flicks. Seriously, week 3 already. You've made it through 2 weekends of popcorn. I know it's been a little bit of a mess, but the kids are loving it. So thank you so much for that. Here we are in week 3, and before we get to the lesson, I just want to share a couple of details with you. First, this is a prize week, so anybody who knows that memory verse on their own, we want to make sure they get a chance to go to the prize hub. And then the other thing is I sent out, I put something on Facebook, and I think it's gone on emails, but I just want to make sure everybody hears it again. Please mark your calendars for December 2nd. That's going to be our family Christmas celebration. Sierra and I have some really fun things planned for you. It's actually going to be a Grinchmas celebration, so more details are coming soon. You'll be getting an invite soon, but I really want you to get that date on your calendar. So Sunday, December 2nd, after second service from 1 to 3, and it will be for your family. So get the date on your calendar and be sure to let us know that you'll be able to be there. So, okay, on to our lesson. So week 3, we're going to be doing reading about Paul and Silas. And so K1, when you take a look at your lesson, you'll notice that you'll actually be reading right from the Bible too. You'll have some story cards and it tells you how to use those, but you'll be reading right from the Bible. It's Acts 16 verses 25 through 34. So if you don't happen to have a Bible in your tub, make sure you get one this week. And then grades 2 through 5. So I'm making a couple changes to your lesson. I don't want to say I didn't like the way it was written, but I just think there were some things we could do better. So your Bible lesson for the week will have the kids doing a Mad Lib. And if you don't know what that is, it's a funny story that leaves out little like bits, and like it'll have a gap in the story and it'll say place. And you'll ask the kids to tell you the name of any place. It might say animal, it might say person, and they're going to give you any name. And then you read the story, and it's a silly story that comes out at the end. But the story of Paul and Silas in prison is such an amazing story that I didn't want the kids to leave just remembering their silly story. So what I'm going to have you guys do, and this is not in your lesson, so just make sure you add it in. When you're done with the Mad Lib story, because that will only take you a couple minutes, actually open up the Bibles and read the actual story in Acts 16, verses 25 through 34. So again, that's not written in your lesson, so you're going to have to jot a little note to yourself. So 25 through 34, Acts 16. And then also 2 through, actually I think it's just 2nd and 3rd grade, they have you doing an activity then using a banana, and the whole premise of this lesson is that we work together as a team, and they've got you doing this relay race, so you put bananas between your knees and roll over bananas and things like that, and I don't want you to do that because I think it's going to be a huge mess. So instead of bananas, you'll find a small ball or something in your bin. So all right, and so before I leave you, I just want to leave you this thought. When I was looking at this scripture from Acts 16, verses 25 through 34, it's so if you don't know the story, make sure you read. This is a great story. So Paul and Silas are actually in prison because they healed a demon-possessed girl. And so if you scroll down a little bit, it says, around midnight, Paul and Silas were praying and singing hymns to God, and the other prisoners were listening. And I don't know how many times I've read this story. I know about the earthquake, but boy, that part, the other prisoners were listening, is what really jumped out to me. They were singing and praising, even though they were shackled and chained to this probably concrete floor, cement floor, right, cinder block, something. But they were singing and praising, and those other prisoners were listening. And those other prisoners didn't know Jesus yet, so this was an amazing opportunity. They showed God's love. They showed that no matter what happened to them, they were standing firm by what Jesus had called them to do. And I just want to encourage you. I hope that you will think about that. Just like last week, I asked you to think about the words to Jerusalem. Really think about the words. And the other prisoners were listening. Who's listening to you? Who's watching you? Who in your life doesn't really know Jesus, but is watching and listening? So thank you so much for all you do, and I will see you this weekend. See you soon.